After a barnstorming 13 wins in September, and in the continued absence of Hakuho and Kakuryu, 29-year-old powerhouse Terunofuji was tipped to be a January frontrunner. The frontrunner, said NHK's Mainomi. The ringing endorsement stemmed from beliefs that his knees suddenly seemed capable again, resisting well at the rope and ably driving forward his combined 200 kilos of grip strength. In the grapple this time, they outdid their tattered selves again, but under pushing attack came up wanting and cost him the top prize. In an otherwise outstanding fortnight for a man so injury-plagued, and will appreciate his sheer power here, what stood out was the lack of headway made against his tormentors from September and November, suggesting weaknesses still to be exploited. Teru's first week can best be described in terms of likes and dislikes. What he likes: foes who back off him. What he dislikes: foes who really hammer him and his armpit from underneath. Just as Onosho did in September too. What he likes: those who dive straight in without the required tools. What he dislikes: those strong enough to forcefully parry him from the right, just as Takayasu also did in November. What he likes: thrusters who stay in front with gaps under the arms. What he dislikes: thrusters who force those knees into an awkward turn, again from the armpit. Just as Daieisho did in November. I couldn't output my power in the first 6, was the big man's assessment. But from day 7, when he wrapped his huge frame around a Mitakeumi on the inside without a clue, it was basically one-way traffic, driven by a renewed desire to secure a left belt grip above all else. Once he gets that left grip, you know he's home and dry, said NHK pundit Kabutoyama. Okinoumi, unable even to kick his way out, and Onosho admitting to having built his entire game plan upon avoiding it. The third straight win came via a combination of grip and bulk against Ryuden, and when facing Takanosho on day 10, he displayed his awesome clinching prowess. But note how his thick-shouldered opponent plays buffer rather than blade, seeking to cushion rather than slash inside, so as to keep his belt off limits. He's one of precious few strong enough to do that, and wriggle out of the clinch and hit him with a Takayasu-esque right parry. The judges saw that he stayed in the longer, and that was Teru's fourth straight defeat to him. Ozeki, please take note. Traffic flow was resumed the next day with a push-out of Tamawashi, who had the ideas, but not the finesse to defeat him. I stayed calm in the face of those parries and just kept hitting from down below, Teru said, highlighting his care for center of gravity. On day 12, he made his biggest statement yet. We'll examine the technical reasons in our Asanoyama video, but that was his fourth defeat of the man in just 25 weeks. It was good I fought calmly and just moved with the flow, Teru said of his vital 8th win. And on day 13, once that elbow lock clicked in, it was like a monster truck playing chicken with a Nissan Leaf. A more significant wrecking job, though, was completed the next day, as his knees fought outside themselves to resist multiple Shodai attacks, spin out at the rope, and set up the deciding slapdown. That was his 10th win, his Ozeki run thus rescued for March. "I've been aiming for a return to Ozeki, so it's good to have closed in on it," he panted afterwards, adding, "It was awesome how I managed to stay in." The pressure finally off, he put on this one for the cameras. Once that left was inside, he thought only of winning with one arm. A symbolic reminder to all who would stop him next time that this is the awesome force to be confronted. The 11 wins earned him a 3rd technique prize in 4 tournaments, and high praise from the man who memorably stole the March title from him in 2017. He used his Ozeki experience well to project his strength in the final third, said ex-Yokozuna Kisenosato. He's got a really stable output of power, and invites huge hopes for the type of sumo he can put on in March. Only 10 more wins now required for the greatest Ozeki comeback in sumo history. Can Terunofuji's battered body come through just one more time?